All right, guys, welcome back to week 2 of the side quest. Reminder, you get the entry tickets from the calendar. So you get the Infernal Summons from the calendar. There is an objective to complete all 3 paths, which will get you another bounty mission. Just a reminder, you can claim the bounty missions and then unlock the paths you haven't done, but you don't have to run the paths to get the objectives towards the elite bounty until the elite bounty is going to reset in another 2.5 days. So here, let's take a look at the paths that we have for this one. Just a reminder, there's a big chunk of Mysterium, so make sure that you use yours before that. Next, on the first path on the left, we got Harmful Thoughts and Bloody Mess. When you parry, you're going to put a bleed on both you and the defender, and that is how you're going to, and you can't do damage, significant damage, unless you have a bleed. If you have a bleed immune champion, you are going to take a little bit of chip damage from it if you are actually immune to bleed. If you're bleed resistant, that's probably one of the better ones, and I end up using Iceman and Onslaught to get through these fights. The first 2 fights, Thor Ragnarok and Misty Knight, were not too bad. Craven was a little trickier. For some reason, the bleed was not sticking with dust. But with Iceman and Onslaught, it worked no problem. I think I ended up dying to Craven, but with whatever I had left with Iceman after the first 2, or after this fight and the Misty Knight fight. But that's fine. Onslaught did a pretty good job as well. So that is what I have for this first path. So I'm going to let the music play out, and then we'll see what I did for path number 2. All right, the second path I did here was actually the far right one with all the Mystic Champions. Silk absolutely wrecks this one. The only thing you have to remember is that when you gain a bar of power, you are going to gain a power sting, and during the opponent's specials, you are going to be rooted, and you can pass that power sting back onto the opponent with an intercept. Other than that, Silk was absolutely fantastic here because she helps you evade your specials even while rooted. And she just absolutely destroyed these three fights in Tigra, Ebony Maw, and Mangog. So I'll let the music play out and you can see what I did for these three fights, but Silk was just really, really good. Here you can use other champions, but Silk was just the one I was using here that worked extremely well. So I'll let the music play out, and I'll show you what I did for the middle path. And finally, for the middle path, it's all mutants. I see mutants here. It's a standard regen path, but also has every 10 hits is going to give them some unblockable. Viv, phenomenal here. Doc Ock will work. Any of those standard heal blocking tech champions, but I use Doc Ock and Mr. Fantastic for some extra power sting damage. And I just go Viv and Doc Ock. Absolutely shred the path here. So really standard stuff for me. So that's what I end up doing. Standard Viv, get to special 2, get some unblockable special 1s. Even if the opponent is unblockable, I can still phase through them if I need to. But here I'm just going to wait out that unblockable, then go back in, throw some unblockable special 1s, and absolutely shred it. So I did do Toad with Doc Ock, who also worked. Just had to be a little careful around the unblockable, but other than that, worked out great. So that is really it for all three paths of the Jack's Hunt version of the side quest. Just again, a reminder, if you want to do the elite bounties right away when they come out, then save your bounty missions. You can claim them, you just don't do the runs. So just make sure you know which paths you want to complete. And then when the elite bounty mission comes in another 2.5 days, you can go right away, complete your bounty missions, and get the elite bounty mission all at the same time. So it's just a way of convenience of not having to wait a couple more days to do it. You can just do them all at the same time and get the elite bounty mission when it resets. So hopefully that helps you out, guys, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.